Beloved, shalom, shalom, beloved, beloved, shalom, salutations. How are you doing? Look at this tree, look at this plant. So amazing. I am outside taking a quick walk and then about to go inside. Oh, the weather is so nice tonight. It is wonderful. Everybody is out and about. And it is definitely prayer time. It is the midnight watch. That's right. It's the midnight watch. Got to get it in. Oh, yes. It's that time to pray. We are to pray. It's so necessary. And as we enter into the prayer watch and this prayer time, there's no background music tonight. The only background music is the birds and the crickets and nature. Sometimes that's the best background. Just want to do a quick recap about prayer. Prayer is communication with our Maker, our Creator, and all of us are to pray. We are to watch and pray. We are to pray with expectation. Our hearts are to overflow with gratitude. We should be thankful, grateful. We should always praise our Maker, our Creator, and have the understanding that everything that we have has come from the hand of our Maker, our Creator. It is not of ourselves. It is not a person, place, or thing. We cannot make it rain. Well, in some cases, I guess we can make it rain. They say there was one who called down rain. Anyway, we know that we have to depend on our Maker, our Creator, and not on any person or place or thing, which can lead to idolatry. And I want to share a quick story before we get into prayer, to the prayer time. I want to share a quick story about how our ancestors, they were people of prayer. They prayed. They believed in prayer. They didn't just believe in prayer. They knew prayer works. They knew it for themselves. They didn't go by what somebody else said or what they heard. They knew for themselves that without prayer, without being obedient to our Maker, our Creator, and following those spiritual laws and principles, that they would be in a heap of trouble. And today we have so many people that think it's okay to do whatever they want to do, and it's not okay for anyone to do whatever they want to do. We can choose life or we can choose death. And there's so many trees lately that have so much fruit on it. I mean, they're really bearing fruit. Like this tree up here, you can barely see it, but it has fruit on it or something. And we should never take any of this for granted. We just don't have to have mangoes. We just don't have to have grapes. It's a blessing. It's a blessing we should not take for granted. We shouldn't take anyone or anything for granted at any time. Not even ourselves. We need to appreciate ourselves as well. And we need to be kind to ourselves. We need to be a true friend to ourselves. We need to be a real true friend to ourselves. And not be our worst enemy. Now, women are being highlighted right now because women are rising up in all of the nations of every tribe and tongue and every region and territory, and the women are taking a stand. The women are drawing a line in the sand and saying enough is enough. They're not going to put up with any anything unnecessary. They're not going to tolerate what is not to be tolerated. So we had to take a stand in the land, and we had to fight, and we have to protect those who are vulnerable, like the elders, men and women. It doesn't matter what nation they were born in, regardless of their age or anything else in between. We need to be mindful that we need to be ones who are part of the solution and not part of the conflict. We need to be the ones who stand on the truth, and we need to be the ones who will not tolerate nonsense or foolishness, because it's a lot of nonsense and foolishness going on everywhere. And history shows us that there were bold, brave, courageous women that rose to the occasion when necessary, because women know how to find the solutions to the problems, the conflict, or whatever it is, confusion. And women know how to come together as a team. Teamwork is necessary right now. However, there's a lot of division. It's not just division. There's a lot of lack of communication. There's a lot of pride. There's a lot of fear. There's a combination of a lot of things that are not going to get us to the next level. More money is not going to get us to the next level. More food is not going to get us to the next level. What is going to get us to where we need to be, by far, is going to be when we come together and when we stop being separated. There's too much traffic on this street. I'm going up this way. Too much noise in the background is not good. So we have to understand there are different types of prayer. There's not just one particular way to pray. There are different types of prayer. There are different ways to pray. You could be standing, sitting, kneeling, prostrate, laying out on your face. And there's just many different ways to pray. We could talk about it all day long. And we have to get in that place, that secret place, so that we can do it well. It's not about quoting a certain word or whatever, or saying specific words. It's about actually being intentional and having clean hands and pure hearts and knowing exactly who we are and whose we are. We cannot be easily intimidated or manipulated, and we should never allow ourselves to be dominated by anyone. We have one maker, creator, who is the name above all names, above us all, who truly doesn't have a name. So what we need to do and what we have to do is have the understanding that all lives matter, all people matter, and all of creation matters. We have to choose life in every situation. It doesn't matter what it is or who it is. Life is the answer. Life is the answer. We choose love, we choose life, and we have to choose the truth. And we have to be sure that we're in the light, the holy light, and not in darkness, not in deception, not accepting destruction and disaster and all of those other things, not allowing fear to overtake us. Too many people are crippled by fear now. They're afraid to live and afraid to die, fearful of death, fearful of life. of the unknown. What's going to come next? What's going to happen? Well, we can't control what's going to happen tomorrow. So that's why we need to depend on our Maker, our Creator, who knows what's going to happen, who has all power to do anything and everything. It's not about the leaders, honestly. Even they, even the leaders have to answer to the great I am, the name above all names. So us women have to come together, women of fire, and be bold and brave and courageous and strong and unite together so that we can get it done, because it's going to take more than a few people to get it done. All of these people that think they're going to get it done in their little small group, it's not going to work. We need a huge army. We need a huge army to come together in unity to get it done. Otherwise, it's not going to get done, or it's going to take a lot longer to get it done. So how are we going to do this? What is it going to take to do it? I'm going to tell you, it's going to take a lot more than what's being done right now. All of these little groups and cliques and clubs and all of whatever else, it's not going to get done that way. We have to allow our Maker, our Creator, to cleanse and purify us and wash us and refine us. And we have to humble ourselves, and we have to stop allowing division to creep into our lives. We have to stop letting discrimination get into our minds. We have to stop thinking negatively. We have to stop doing what doesn't work and start doing what does work. Even the animals come together in unity. Even if they may not agree with one another, or they may not be the same species, they have more unity and peace, it seems, than most people. People look for reasons not to like other people. People look for reasons to have issues with people. And it just shouldn't be that way. It should not be that difficult to be a person who is a peacemaker. Now, that doesn't mean that you allow somebody to walk over you and be a doormat and be used and abused and mistreated. No. But it doesn't mean that you're going to mumble and grumble and complain every 5 minutes, or take for granted what it is that you have. Now, this does not apply to everyone, of course. So I'm not saying this applies to everyone. This is just a generalization, just to be clear, to clarify. But women have risen up many times before. You may not have heard about some women that have taken leaps of faith, that have done outrageous things, that have been mocked, mimicked, mistreated, mishandled, or whatever else word you want to use to define it. It was Catherine Kuhlman. There were many women. It wasn't just a few women. We hear about a few today, but I'm telling you, it's many women, so many names that have not been heard, or that we don't know about today, that have done wonderful things, but in their time, they were looked at as being odd or strange or crazy or out of their minds, or whatever terminology some people use for them. It wasn't always nice. It wasn't always kind. And today people don't like those words, nice or kind. It's like, why would you want to be nice? Why would you want to be kind? Because we should be kind. We should be nice. Why shouldn't we be? Why should we walk around with a scowl on our face, angry, and then expect everybody else to have joy or to listen to us? So we need to start with doing and being what we want to see. If we want to see change in our Husbands, ladies, queens, we need to be sure that we are showing the right face and being the right woman and doing the right thing. And then for some of us, the issues are with the children, the spiritual children, the natural children, neighbors, friends. There's betrayal. There's so much that goes into life. It's not a one size fit all. It's not a one size fits all in any way, shape, or form. But together, when we come together, we can get more done. Because when we come together, we can help other people. When we put our resources together, when we combine together, it takes a lot of more time and effort to do it separately and in one little small group. So teamwork is the answer, but everybody cannot be the leader. And unfortunately, so many leaders today, they want to dominate, intimidate, and manipulate somebody, and that's the wrong way of being a leader. A leader cares about the people. A true leader. It doesn't matter whether the leader is a woman or a man, a boy or a girl. In all capacity of being a leader, what you have to do, or what we have to do as leaders, it doesn't matter what type of leader, is to care about people. Because we have to care and share. To love is to care and to share. And then we have to give and forgive. We need to have compassion. We need to be kind. Kindness and love go hand in hand together. We need to have joy. We need to be thankful. Even if right now you may not have the best situation in your life, you may be going through a lot at one time. It may be stressful and unbearable, but there's somebody that can't hear, somebody that can't talk, somebody that can't walk, somebody that can't eat because they're not able to for whatever reason. Somebody may have been harmed by someone or hurt by somebody they know or don't know, physically, or an injury. Maybe somebody was in a car accident, or somebody fell down, or whatever. But we have to get to the place in our lives where it's not all about us. Otherwise, a divided house will fall down. A divided nation will fall down. And everybody keeps thinking, oh, well, the United States of America is just fine and all the other nations will just make it. Well, no, it's not going to make it if we don't do something to impact the nations, especially us women. We are great influencers, and we have a great influence over men, especially our own husbands or men that know us, our sons or our brothers, or whatever type of relationship you have with a man. They might not even be a bloodline or love line, but perhaps a neighbor. We don't realize how we definitely impact the lives of others. And women, not just women, but all of us are to leave a legacy for our children and our children's children. Now, how are we going to do that if we don't have anything to leave to them? If all we have is sorrow, if all we have is anger, if all we have is bitterness, if all we have is unforgiveness, if all we have is criticism, what good is that going to do them? It's not going to do them any good, because all of that leads to disease and sickness and illness and depression. All of that is not good. So we have to guard our hearts. We have to guard our minds. We have to guard our lips. It shouldn't matter how many people subscribe to your channel or follow your channel or whatever on any social media platform, because that does not equal success. It doesn't mean that someone has the victory because they have a lot of followers. That person could still go home to an empty house. That person could still go home to an empty house and they may not have anybody. They may not have anybody they can call a real true friend. They may have some money. Some of them may have a lot of money. But who can they trust? Who can they really depend on? Well, we should not be dependent upon anybody else other than our Maker, our Creator, who will never lead us the wrong way, who will never do us wrong. But we still need to care about one another. That's the biggest issue right now. People don't care. Their hearts have become hardened. Their minds have become frazzled. Not all, but a lot. Unhealthy minds are not good. We have to have a healthy mind. We need all of our parts to be healthy, all of our dimensions to be healthy, because we're multifaceted. We're different than the animals and the angels. The animals are natural, the angels are spiritual. We got a whole lot of mixtures inside of us, a combination. So we're complex in a sense, but then again, we're simplistic because we need love. Without love, we are dead and dry and dark, and we're miserable without it, whether we want to admit it or not. Most people that can't go to sleep, that don't have peace, it's not because they don't have enough money or food. It's just because they don't have enough love in their lives. They don't have enough of what they need that is invisible, that is not seen, that is not natural. Sure, you can have a lot of money. It doesn't mean a thing. Money is printed in a print shop, okay? Face the reality of that. So many people get caught up in money. I need money to... Why do you need money to make it or survive? You do not. You do not need money to be prosperous. Look at the animals and the angels. They don't have any money. And I'm telling you, they're keeping the spiritual principles and laws better than most people. Because people would try to tell other people you can't do this and you cannot do that. People hate on people, but if you walk past a bunch of animals and angels, even though we may not always see the angels with our natural eyes, or we can see them with our spiritual eyes or sense them, but they're not going to tell you, because they have a way of communicating with us as well, and we have a way of communicating with them too. They're not going to try to talk you out of what you want to do. Because the animals, they're different. They're not going to sit there and tell you, you can't do this and you can't do that. Even if they were able to talk to us in language, which some of them can. The dolphins and the chimpanzees, we forget. But they're not going to tell us you can't do this, you can't do that. You can't be perfect. You can't be pure. You can't be holy. You can't be right. You can't be righteous. They're not going to tell us any of that. Why? Because they are different. They're wired different. They're made different. They're not naysayers. They're not negative. They're not haters. Sometimes your best friend could be a cat or a bird or any other type of animal. A dove, a duck. It's rare that we see eagles, but I'm sure there's some eagles around somewhere. But I want to encourage you because you have a voice and your voice matters. All lives matter. But I'm telling you, if you are a woman, you've got a voice, and your voice is a voice that needs to be used now in this land of the living to bring about justice and to bring about freedom in the land of the living. Because we have to be mindful that we don't want our children and our children's children and all the generations to come to suffer in this mess, in this nonsense, in this foolishness of all these battles that don't need to be going on, that could be resolved easily, that were preventable. All because some people just want to have a little bit of power. Some people just want to have a little bit of control. Some people just want to have a little bit more than what they really deserve to have in the first place. So remember, you're not worthless. You have value. You're not a person that is here without a divine purpose. You have hidden treasures inside of you. You only have to push it out like a woman giving birth to a baby, a newborn baby. That's the illustration. So as you go and as you move about, even though some may disagree with you, some may reject you, some may come against you in the wrong way because of their lack of understanding about real life, about true life and the meaning of life, which is to love and to be loved, because money cannot buy you love. Not authentic, divine, true love. Money can never buy us love. Money cannot buy us love. Money cannot buy us joy. Money cannot buy us peace. Money cannot. Gold cannot. Silver cannot. Diamonds and pearls cannot. It doesn't matter how you slice it, it comes up the same way. So it's best that you accept this truth rather than to eject it, because the truth sets us free. The truth opens up doors to freedom, and we should desire to be free. There's too much bondage going on, too many chains that need to be broken, too many curses that need to be reversed, too much nonsense and foolishness that needs to be done away with, that needs to just totally be uprooted. So you should be excited because you are a woman, you are a queen, you are that bride who has a shofar, a scepter, and a sword. So you have to use all of your weapons now more than ever. Not to be cruel to anybody, no, not to condemn anybody, not to criticize anybody, but you have to use all of the weapons. We have to use all the weapons we have so that we can cry out on behalf of all the nations and all the generations, so that we can be the peacemakers, because peace is needed so much right now. We need peace. We need peace everywhere, in every nation, every region, every territory. We need peace to prevail like never, ever before. So some are going out and they're blowing the shofar. That's fine. Others are shaking the tambourine. Others have cymbals. Others have harps. Others have a xylophone. Some have keyboards. Some have guitars. Some don't have any instruments at all, but they use their voice. They clap their hands. They stomp their feet. They dance. Whatever you have something. You have something that is going to propel you to the next level, because it's the victory season. It is celebration time. And not everybody is going to be with you or for you, but you have to develop tough skin for that. You have to not be shaken by that. You have to understand what it is and what causes those type of issues with people. You cannot take it personally when people mishandle you, when people mistreat you, when people misunderstand you, when people just think things that are not true, when they accuse you, when they assume without knowing you. You have to let it go. There's no other way. You'll be able to soar like the eagles unless you let it all go. Let it go. Let it fall down. Let it go. Let it be removed away from you, here and now, like never before. But wherever you're watching from, wherever you're connecting from, remember this one important thing if you don't remember anything else. Everything starts with a choice. You can choose love. You can choose life. You can choose light. You can choose to accept the truth or not. It is totally your decision that you are free to make. Nobody has the right to tell you not to make the decision that you choose to make, or decisions or choices. But always know that there are consequences for every choice that we make. For every choice we make, there is a reaction to what we do. There's a cause and effect. So as you go forth, examine your hearts, examine your minds, desire to be cleansed and purified, desire to be whole and new and complete, desire to be pruned and purged, and desire to be refined. And you may ask, what does all that have to do with life? A lot. Because without the right hearts, I think not the right hearts. I mean, without the right mind, without the right spirit, and without a clean heart, we're going to be missing a lot. We have to have clean hands and pure hearts, right sound minds. We have to be in right standing with our Maker, our Creator. And we have to be sure that we respect people. There's too much disrespect going on today, without any concern of it either. Just blatant disrespect for no reason at all, no apparent reason. People are being totally disrespectful to each other, and it should not be happening. It should never happen. It's absolutely unacceptable. We should never have anger or rage or hatred or discrimination or prejudice or any of that. All of that is absolutely messy, and it's a mess. Especially jealousy and envy, all the comparison people do among themselves. People want to compare themselves to each other. People want to compete with each other for what? There's no need to compete with anybody. Each and every one of us is unique and different. Each and every one of us, we have our own mold. So that we're made a different way. So there's no need to try to compete with anybody. It's useless. It's a waste of time. There's no need for a woman to compete with another woman. There's no reason for a man to compete with another man. But there is just cause and a reason for us to come together as one. One people under our Maker, our Creator. So we can get the work done. That kingdom work. And no, we're not supposed to be slaves or servants or beggars or borrowers or thieves. We are those who have wealth. We have wealth. We have everything that we need, and we don't even realize it. We look at it and we don't see it. The biggest issue with people is the heart, the condition of the heart, and the condition of the mind. If you have a healthy mind and a healthy heart, that's half the battle right there. So I'm getting ready to close out. But if you have any prayer requests, comments, or questions or anything, please reach out. We would love to hear from you. We would love to connect with you. We would love to pray in agreement with you for whatever it is, whether it be lack, poverty, sickness, disease, with your the spirit of infirmity, whatever it is. Maybe you are in need of sleep. Maybe you're in need of sleep and you don't sleep well, or maybe you sleep too much, or when you sleep, you're not comfortable when you're sleeping. Whatever it is, we can always come together to pray. And unfortunately, too many people have gotten away from that now. Too many people, they don't want to connect to other people. They don't want to be in unity. They just do not. That's very sad. How is a team going to win a game if the team can't come together and play together well? If the team can't come together to play the game, and life is not a game, I'm just making an illustration. How can we get the work done? Well, we're not here to be lone rangers. I could tell you that. It doesn't matter how many years you walk this earth. We are not here to be lone rangers. We are not here to be alone. We are here to be connected to each other. That's what we are here to do, to be connected to each other. Not isolated. Too many people just accept isolation right now. I'm sorry, isolation. So I'm by myself. I just like to be by myself. And there's nothing wrong with being by yourself or not being with anybody. Just because you're by yourself never makes you lonely. But everybody needs somebody. We all need somebody. No person is an island off to themselves. That's not the way we were made to be. So that's why when you're in isolation for extended periods of time, if you are, that's why sometimes it is rough and tough. And it is difficult because that's not how we're wired to be. We're wired to connect with each other. And we're not wired to have fear. So the fear has to go underneath the feet tonight. The fear has to be uprooted. Otherwise, how can we win? The fear has to go completely for good. So we're going to declare and we're going to decree and we're going to sign off of this live and we're going to have sweet sleep for such a time as this. So we're going to pray together. We're going to pray and release into the atmosphere blessings and miracles, fulfilled promises, and everything else that is good, everything else that is sweet, everything else that is pleasant and positive for our lives and those connected to us, our love lines and our bloodlines. And as you know, the love line always trumps the bloodline because that's our true family, the spiritual family. Not to say that the natural family cannot be a friend, but we should always desire to be in peace with all people, not to make enemies. Even if somebody wronged us, we need to forgive and let it go. It doesn't mean that we reconcile with them and take them back into our lives close to us, but we need to release it. Otherwise, we're just burdened down with something that we don't need to be burdened down with, which can give people health problems. A lot of people don't even realize they're experiencing these symptoms in their body because of the condition of the heart and the mind. The two go together. Let us pray. Let us pray. Thank you for joining in. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, and connect. Again, my name is Shifrah Yocheved Yisrael. I am here to bring something of priceless value to you, not to take anything away from you. And always remember, keep in mind that you are not who you think you are, in a sense. You were created for so much more. You were created as a raw, no, you were created as a rare, unique gem in a sense, a masterpiece. And there is nobody else that is like you. Because you are you and nobody could be you. So compare yourself to you, not to anybody else. No need to compete with anybody else. No need to be a copycat. Don't try to copy anybody else. No need to have guilt and shame. Be free from that which is not good for you, whatever it is. Whatever you are in need for, it's available to you. Don't think it's out of reach. It's not. Many people will tell you it's impossible, but nothing is impossible with our Maker, our Creator, the name above all names, who is outside of time, space, and matter. Miracles are your portion. Blessings are your portion. Fulfilled promises are your portion. You will walk in victory because you are victorious. And we are in the winner's circle. This is the victory season right here now. This is the victory season. This is the victory season. Congratulations to each and every one of you. No matter what you want to see happen in your life, those dreams and those visions, don't give up on it. Hold on. It's coming your way soon. You will see it in real time. You will see a victory. You will see many victories. Let us pray together. Let us always have gratitude. Let us always be thankful, because so many people have lost their way because of grief, sorrow, guilt, shame, or whatever it is. Because somebody did them wrong, they're still singing a somebody did them wrong song instead of enjoying their days. But the birds are enjoying their days. The bunny rabbits, the deer, the frogs, the turtles, the bugs, the spiders, and everything else, and everyone else. So let us not allow anything or anyone to take away our joy. Joy is our best defense. Laughter is the best medicine, they say. Do you know it to be true? Do you really think laughter is going to help you? Start laughing today. Start smiling today. Try it and see if it will work. Instead of crying, instead of frowning, instead of talking about you don't have this and you don't have that, speak the opposite of what you have been saying. Don't come into agreement with lack, poverty, sickness, disease, or whatever it is. Don't come into agreement with it. Even if your whole family left you and rejected you, don't come into agreement that nobody likes you and that you're lonely or whatever. Meet some new people. Or start to have fun with yourself, by yourself. There's nothing wrong with being by yourself. It can truly be a blessing at times. So we're going to pray together. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, and connect. We're going to be coming into agreement with prayer. And we're going to be going live to pray. Many people are observing the Feast of Sukkot during this week and next week. Listen to that bird. That bird's got it going on. I'm telling you, that bird has got it going on. We should want what that bird has. That bird has joy. That bird is singing a song loudly and boldly. For those of you that do not know, our ancestors were ones who did partake in Sukkot. And Sukkot, or the Feast of Tabernacles, was a time when they came together and they were in a sukkah. And they enjoyed meals together for, I think, 8 nights. And they invited in people from the outside, the orphans, the widows, the strangers, the imprisoned, the poor, the sick, whomever, to come in with them to enjoy a meal, and they shared testimonies or stories or whatever, things that happened to them that were like miracles or things that just, like a wow moment, like, oh, did that really happen to you? That's wow. That's great. That's a miracle. Or that's a blessing. And they had those times together, and it's similar to what most people today come together and have as Thanksgiving. That's the closest illustration to what it is. But they spend days preparing, cleaning the house, and all this to prepare festive food, as they call it, or the harvest food for visitors that would come in, and family and friends. And they would share meals together, and they would talk and probably listen to music and sing and dance or whatever. So let this be a time of joy for you, regardless of what is going on in the world, regardless of what is going on in the earth. Let this be a time of celebration for each and every one of you. Let this be a time, please, let this be a time that you count your blessings. Let this be a time where you do something that you need to do for yourself. Let this be a time where you reach out to somebody that needs help, perhaps an orphan, a widow, a stranger, somebody that's in prison. Regardless, we should care about all people, not just people that we know or like or in our family. We should care about everybody. All lives matter. Your life matters. My life matters. The animals matter. I'm tongue-tied again, sorry. The animals' lives matter. All lives matter. Every life is important to our Maker, our Creator, and should be very important to us. I'm telling you, that bird is having a good time, if that really is a bird. Because, with all of this AI and all this gadgets and stuff lately, people could actually have devices or whatever that can mimic a bird. So if it's not really a bird, oh well. But if it really is a bird, that bird has some joy. That bird's got it going on. Definitely. So don't let anything or anyone cause you to be sad, sorrowful, angry, or whatever else. Regardless of what is going on around you, look for something to celebrate. Look for a reason to celebrate. Look for the reason to celebrate, or the reasons to celebrate. And count all of your blessings and be thankful for everything that you have. Not to say that you shouldn't desire more. You should never be stagnant or stuck. But today, start by appreciating what you already have and who you already have in your life. Don't take it for granted. Don't take them for granted, because some people could be here today and gone today. It doesn't even have to wait till tomorrow. So just be careful about how you treat people. And if you're a kind person, which I know you probably are, I'm sure you're treating people very nicely, very kindly. I'm sure you're polite and pleasant with all people. I'm pretty sure you're respectful and you have good manners. And if you don't, you can start today by doing it. Because people will tell you forever, you have to learn this and you have to grow that, we have to grow in this. No, we just need to start doing what we need to do and be mature. You don't need a 12-step program, and you don't need 100 you don't need 100 different poems to inspire you to do what is right. Then we're going to get into this quick prayer and we're going to close out. I'm going to get me some good sleep tonight. But just remember, in dreams and visions, waking life and visitations, our Maker, our Creator is always our best option in everything pertaining to this life, for all things, who knows every single thing, from A to Z, Z to A, from beginning to end. Let us pray for the nations. Oh, Adonai, Abba, we come together under the skies tonight or this morning or whatever time zone people are watching on the live or the replay. And we ask for you to have mercy on us. We ask that you have mercy on us. Have mercy on each and every one of us. Give us grace. Show us your favor. Show us your glory. Show us great and mighty things we do not know. All of the mysteries and the revelations that have not been unveiled yet. Lead and guide us continuously to the right path, because we know you will not lead us to the wrong path. Empty us out and fill us up again to overflowing with your pure, perfect, divine, unfailing love, so that we can give love to others. We thank you for giving us that perfect love that we need so much in this life, especially now. We thank you for every good and perfect gift. We thank you for covering us with your feathers. We thank you for enlarging our territory and blessing us indeed. We thank you for reminding us that you laugh at the wicked. You laugh at our enemies and our haters. We thank you that you are the author of love and the finisher of our faith. We thank you that you're the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. We thank you that you are our provider, our protector, our healer, and everything else that we need in this life. All we need is you. And we submit and we surrender to your will and to your way. We bow down before you and none other, and no one else. We bow before you, our maker, our creator. And we ask that you have mercy on us in every nation, in every region, in every territory. Blanket this earth with your perfect peace and shalom, and turn the hearts of the kings and the queens back to you. Give us all healthy minds so that we can be prepared for that which is unknown. Give us hearts that are whole and new and clean and pure, so that we can love the kingdom way without any selfishness and self-centeredness and greed and vanity. Give us a new heart so we can love the way you love, so we can represent you well. Help us not to be those who think we need to be slaves or servants or beggars or borrowers or thieves. Let us have the understanding that we have access to everything that we need. The only lack is our understanding. The only lack is our communication. We lack nothing. But there are times when we are not going in the right direction. So we thank you for leading and guiding us to the right path and lighting it for us. We thank you for shining your glory upon us and giving us more than enough abundance, overflow, and beyond, without any limitations. And we thank you for sweet sleep, that as we sleep and as we arise, all things will be well in our homes and beyond, and in our surroundings. And we thank you. We give you all the glory, honor, and praise. We thank you, for you are El Gabor, a mighty warrior. And we say, We're so thankful you give us sweet sleep and sweet dreams. And the vision and the dreams to write our stories with you. And we already know it's going to be a wonderful ending. So be it. Amen. Hallelujah. Thank you so much for joining in. And until the next time, keep knowing that your life is valuable. Keep understanding that you have hidden treasures inside of you. You have so many hidden treasures inside of you that only need to be birthed out, like a woman giving birth to a baby. Salutations, shalom, blessings to each and every one of you. Until the next time, To Baruka, which means good blessings, sweet sleep, and have a wonderful night, evening, morning, afternoon, or wherever you are, your time zone. Shalom.